What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're going to make a video here about estimates and the workflow of receiving an estimate, getting that estimate done, and getting it turned over to your customer in a timely manner, and tracking it so that you know that you're not missing anything or you don't have anything falling through the cracks. Now, this is not to be confused with the estimate tracker, which is a very detailed piece of software that we use for metric purposes to keep track of how many estimates we do and how many get accepted and things like that. I've made a video for this, linked in the description below. You can find this there if you need it. Please look that up if you haven't watched it. Pretty good video. Might help you out if you're having trouble keeping up with your estimates. This video here is going to be more about having a customer call, what they say, what you say, how you follow up with them, how you get it done, how you get it on your calendar, and how you show up to do the job. So in our office, it's kind of archaic, I guess, old school, but we have a whiteboard system. We do keep everything electronically, like I'm going to show you. We have electronic calendar system. We have electronic filing system. We have electronic spreadsheets, like I just showed you. We have a drive system with before and after photos and SOPs and all those things. But in our office, I can walk through quickly, and basically it goes from left to right, and it's like a tunnel. I start right here, and it's going to be the monthly job board, the to be scheduled bin, jobs that are approved that need to be scheduled. Then the next one is going to be the monthly job board, then the weekly job board, then the daily job board. And I can walk right through and see if there's a big old thick stack of papers in that to be scheduled bin. I know we're getting a bunch of jobs approved and we got some stuff coming up. If it's a single sheet of paper, I might need to take a look. Maybe somebody just scheduled them all. Who knows? Maybe I just need to not worry about it and let the operations manager do his job. But as I walk through there, it gives me a general sense of what's going on. And as I come down and I make that corner, bam, right there is the estimate board. We took pictures of it, and we're going to put pictures of it on the screen somewhere. And you'll see on there, I'm going to do it like this, like he's going to be able to do it. But right here, you'll see it's blue, and right here, you'll see it's purple. The blue and the purple mean it's a different person going to those estimates. The whiteboard system is not really necessary to track all of these things, but what it does do is it allows a quick reference for me to look at key things that I keep an eye on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis in the company. But it also allows for when the phone rings in the office, whoever answers the phone says, "Hello, Complete Contracting," and the person on the other end says, "Hey, when are you going to do the estimate at 123 ABC Street?" They can instantaneously just turn and look and say, "Oh, we're going to 123 ABC Street on the 3rd, Tuesday the 3rd at 10:30 a.m." Okay, great. Thank you. Bam. Quick reference. It's over. The other thing about that is we do a morning meeting every day, and we sit in there, supervisors, managers, and we sit in there in a circle basically talking to each other. And this information is all around us. So if someone says, "Well, I'm not sure when we're going back to 345 Street," you can say, "Well, it looks like we're going to be there on Thursday." And they needed an estimate for the next door. "Yeah, we're going there on this day." Just to kind of have a quick reference, easy to follow system. We'll make a video about that, a more in-depth, thorough follow through of exactly how our whiteboard system works, and I'll walk through it step by step. But estimate board, two different colors. We do it monthly, every single day. How many estimates we have dictates how much work we have. And I know if I look at that board and there's maybe in the picture you can see there's 9, 10, 11, 12 estimates a day, I know we're going to be okay and we're going to have plenty of work in a couple of weeks. If I look at that board and there's no estimates, then I know we got a problem coming up in a couple of weeks, because without estimates, there's no jobs, and without jobs, there's no money. And I don't know about y'all, but I do this so that I can pay the bills and I can help the people that work for me pay their bills. So it's very important to keep track of this so that we don't have any of those big dips. You're going to have ups and downs, but the more metrics you track, the more you can flatten out those curves up and down.
Pommy and the button. Please help you write comment into pride.
So, all that to be said, when someone finally calls your office or calls your phone and they say, "Hey, I'd like for you to come do an estimate. Do you do this? That's where this sheet of paper right here comes into play. And this is what we call our estimate request form. It says right there for internal use only, just because we write notes and stuff on it. But basically what it is the date that they called, the address for the property, their name, their phone number, their email, if they were referred, who they were referred by. And we try to do it as descriptive as possible, but if it's a really big job, you can't write it all out, but just a general scope of what they're looking to be done so that it can be converted over to our calendar system and put into the Google Drive and the Google Doc system so that when it comes out, it looks like this. And we'll have a PDF downloadable for both of these so you can reference it and you can look at it for yourself and download it and keep it, use it in your business. But this information gets transferred to this, and these get sent out with the estimator every day when they go out. And it's a paper copy so that as it goes out, it says who it is, what their name is, what their address is, what their phone number is in case there's a problem when you get there and you need to call them, and then what the description of work is or what the specific items are you're there to estimate. And you might ask yourself, well, if it's just going to be electronic, why doesn't the person on the phone just type it right into the calendar right away when they're on the phone? And what I've learned through the years and with experience is, well, let me just do an example. Let's say you own a tree service and I call you and I say, hey, how you doing at A to Z Tree Service? I have a tree at my house that I need cut down. Would you be interested in an estimate for that? They say, yes, sure. What's your name? And I say, my name's Tony Story. They say, great. What's your phone number? I say, 804-123-4567. They say, thanks. They say, what's your email? And I say, beyondtheestimates@gmail.com. They say, perfect. They say, did someone refer you? And I say, no, I just looked it up on Google. That's how I found you. And they say, sweet. Okay, what kind of tree is it? I'm like, I don't know. It's a big tree next to my driveway in the backyard. Okay, so it's in the backyard. Yeah. Can we gain access to it? Yeah, it's right next to my driveway. It'll be real easy to get to. They say, sweet. Could we come out there on Wednesday? And I say, sure. What time? They say 9 a.m. between 9 and 11. I'm like, great. See you Wednesday between 9 and 11. Click. What's the problem? I'm going to hang up and think, wait, they don't know my address. They didn't ask my address. How are they going to come look at a tree? They're just going to go to every driveway they pass and see if there's a tree that needs to be cut down? No, they need my address. And we have made that mistake. And when you're dealing with a new customer, being able to minimize the amount of questions you have to ask that make you look poor in their eyes, the better. The better chance you're going to have to convince someone to spend thousands of dollars with you, the better chance you're going to have to build a rapport with their customer so that you have a long-term relationship with them, so that they recommend you to all of their friends and family, or if it's a big commercial customer, so that they know they can trust you moving forward. So this has all the information on it that you're going to need to be able to follow up intelligently without looking simple or looking like you don't know what you're doing. This will prevent that. So having something simple like this to write down and track before you convert it over to electronic or put it in whatever CRM you use will help you on the phone. It makes it so that it's uniform and you say the same things and you ask the same questions and you get the same information. So every single time you have what you need to be able to move forward with the estimate. Once that's done, it's made electronic. Estimator goes to the job, they fill it out. Then as soon as they write it out, we take it right back to our office. We type it up, we email it in, and then our office staff puts it in. We use QuickBooks. Our office staff puts that stuff, that information, and the estimate into QuickBooks and sends it off. And then we do our follow-ups and we do all our other stuff. You can see from the other video I was talking about if you watch the estimate tracker. But I can't stress to you enough how important it is to have some type of guide. If you watched our other videos, I can put a link in below. I made a video about doing over the phone interviews and how I have like 11 questions written down that I ask the exact same questions every single time. That way I know if someone's coming in to fill out an application that I've asked them all the questions that I needed to ask them, and that I'm not wasting their time and they're not wasting my time. Ask your customers to make sure you get all the information you need so you're not wasting their time and they're not wasting your time. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you have a better version of this, I'd love to see it. If you need something else like this, or you're struggling with some part of customer interaction, let me know. I'll make a video about it if I can. I'd love to help you out. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us for more content. That's another video brought to you by Beyond the Estimates. See you next time.